In some of the previous lessons, I've used some 2D objects that seem to have some magic powers. This lesson introduces you to the most magic one of them all, a class known as GeneralPath. You can use commands like a pen plotter to draw things inside the GeneralPath object and then draw the entire path to the window. A GeneralPath object keeps track of all the drawing commands that you give it, and the path is followed by the line you draw, so it can be used as a shape later. This example program uses a GeneralPath object to create a simple rectangle. As you can see, this is a very simple program. A GeneralPath object is created by the call to the rectangle shape method. Then the fill method of the graphics 2D object fills the shape with a solid color in the window. At the top of this method, a GeneralPath object is created. This setting has to do with the way the object gets filled if it overlaps itself. I'll be showing you what that does in a future lesson. As I said, the GeneralPath object has some methods that you can use to call to do some drawing, and these methods are very much like the commands that you'd give to a pen plotter. This first method is a call to move to, which sets the current position without drawing anything. When this method returns, it's as if the pen were poised over the location named as its arguments. Now, don't worry about the size of a GeneralPath. It really doesn't have a size. All it does is record the points and commands, and it doesn't care where they really are. In this case, the starting point is 3030. With this call to line 2, a line is drawn to this point. Well, no line is actually drawn, but I always find that it's easier to imagine a line being drawn somewhere inside the GeneralPath object. All it really does is record the commands for future use. The line 2 method is called 2 more times, which draws 3 sides of the rectangle we're trying to get. This call to close path is used to draw a line from the end of the last line drawn back to the point of the start of the drawing. You must call close path to create a closed shape that can be filled in a window. If you leave it open, you can draw it, but you can't fill it. Finally, the new GeneralPath object is returned to the caller of this method. And that's it. The fill method call and the paint method fills the shape on the screen. Now, here's what it looks like. Fill method determines the shape to fill in the window by using the path defined inside the GeneralPath object and filling the area that it defines. This is a very simple program, but there are lots of things that are happening behind the scenes. If you've never worked with plotting areas, I suggest you make some changes to the path destination and play with this program. Try different kinds of polygons like pentagons and triangles, or just do some free-form drawing. It's easy to do, and once you get a feel for it, this thing is pretty easy to use.